Most people don't want the truth. They say they do. They repost quotes about grind, hustle, and success. They like the idea of growth, as long as it doesn't demand change. But the moment the truth actually shows up, the moment it points directly at their habits, their comfort, their excuses, they get offended. Because the truth isn't motivational. It doesn't hype you up. It doesn't clap for your effort. The truth is uncomfortable. Here it is. Most people aren't poor because they're unlucky. They aren't behind because life was unfair. They aren't stuck because the system hates them. They're poor because they protect their comfort like it's sacred. Comfort is their religion. Discomfort is their enemy. Rich and poor don't live in different universes. They wake up to the same alarm clocks. They get the same 24 hours. They feel the same resistance. They face the same fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The difference is simple. What they do when it gets uncomfortable. Poor thinking reacts. Rich thinking prepares. Poor people wake up already tired, not physically, mentally. Before they even leave the bed, they grab their phone. Notifications decide their mood. News decides their fear. Other people decide their pace. Their day starts in reaction mode. Rich people don't feel motivated either. They don't wake up inspired. They don't magically love discipline. They just move anyway. Poor people wait to feel ready. They wait for clarity. They wait for confidence. They wait for the perfect mood. Rich people move while feeling unsure. They act while doubting themselves. They start before they feel prepared. Poor people say, "I'll start when things calm down. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I feel confident." Rich people understand something brutal. Life never calms down. Time never appears. Confidence comes after action, not before. Poor people avoid boredom. Rich people weaponize it. Poor people need entertainment to survive the day. Rich people need progress to respect themselves. Poor people scroll to escape their thoughts. Rich people sit with their thoughts until something changes. Silence scares the undisciplined, because silence forces accountability. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Poor people confuse rest with avoidance. They call procrastination self-care. They call quitting protecting their energy. Rich people rest with intention, and then get back to work without drama. Poor people talk about being tired. Rich people talk about systems. Poor people say, "I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I have too much going on." Rich people ask, "What am I doing wrong every day? What system is failing me? What habit is draining my energy?" Poor people consume to feel better. Rich people invest to become better. Poor people spend money to look rich. Rich people stay quiet while building. Poor people chase fast dopamine, junk food, scrolling, cheap pleasure, constant stimulation. Rich people tolerate slow results, delayed gratification, boring repetition. Here's the part no one likes hearing. Discipline feels boring. That's exactly why it works. If it felt exciting, everyone would do it. If it felt easy, everyone would be successful. Waking up early isn't impressive. Doing it every day is. Working when no one is watching isn't sexy. That's why it separates people. Reading when you could scroll. Training when you could rest. Saving when you could spend. Repeating when you want to quit. That's the real divide. Poor people need results to keep going. They need proof. They need validation. They need something immediately. Rich people keep going without results. They trust the process. They understand progress happens underground first. Seeds don't announce themselves. They grow quietly. And this is where excuses die. Everyone has problems. Everyone feels stress. Everyone feels tired. But only some people let that become an identity. Poor people personalize struggle. They wear it like a badge. They talk about how hard life is. Rich people normalize struggle. They expect it. They plan for it. Poor people ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Rich people ask, "What is this teaching me?" Poor people avoid responsibility because it feels heavy. Rich people accept responsibility because it creates control. And here's the most brutal truth of all. Most people don't fail because they aim too high. They fail because they repeat the same weak habits every day and expect a different life. Comfort today steals freedom tomorrow. Discipline today buys freedom later. You can't have both at the same time. You either pay with effort now, or you pay with regret later. There is no third option. This isn't motivation. This isn't inspiration. This is exposure. And most people will click away right here, because the truth doesn't feel good.
But if this made you uncomfortable,
If it hit a nerve, if you felt resistance while listening, good. That means it's working.